And we're back at the governor's office with Governor Dannel Malloy, and we have a question now from a viewer on video. So let's look at it.
I'm Dave Lund from Weathersfield, Connecticut. I'd like to ask the governor when we're going to get our new rail cars online.
Well, you know, there actually is a little good news there. The early cars that we have received, which have undergone about 6 months of kind of figuring out all the problems and getting the glitches out of them, are in final stages of testing. So these cars may show up as early as 8 weeks, and then we'll have steady delivery. We should take 100 of those cars and have them online by next winter, which is really what we're trying to do, is get as many of those cars online by next winter. There's a design defect in the old cars that has them go down in bad weather. These cars don't have that defect.
And when those new rail cars go online, your budget director says there will be a slight increase in the fare.
Well, you know, again, that's not something I did. That was built in years ago to reflect the added cost of the cars, and it's 1% per year.
1%.
So let's put it in perspective.
All right, let's go to another question. This is from Duncan in Branford. You'll like this one. Connecticut is known as the drive-through state, a major artery between New York City and Boston. What about bringing back the toll?
Well, you know, there are people who love tolls and people who hate tolls, and for this budget I decided to ignore tolls because the process to get clearance from the federal government would have taken us about 4 years, maybe as much as 5. In our 5-year plan, we were only confident of putting a few months of toll revenue in the budget if we had been able to do that. So I put that discussion aside. I had to concentrate on a $3.5 billion deficit and how I close that by not spending more money, by cutting spending so we actually spend less from our general fund than we spent this year, not borrowing money to cover operating expenses, not rewarding people for leaving their jobs, and that's what we tried to do. With respect to tolls, I want to say one other thing. I'll use tolls to finish roads or build new roads. And only tolls on our other roads if we isolate the funds for transportation.
Governor, thanks very much for doing this. I hope we can do it again soon.
I hope so.
And you're going to be doing this on the road at town meetings as well?
17.
17 towns.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Now, let's